Alrighty. It's live stream time. And that means... Oh, I guess I need to tell everybody. Where did I... Have you seen my phone?
Bathroom or bedroom?
Would you be a dear? Please and thank you. I'm sorry. I'm prepared for class this time, I promise. Thank you. All right, let's get sharing that we're live. Excellent. All right. All squared away there. All right. Good evening, good day to you all. Yes, you see that correctly. We surpassed 1,000 subscribers today. And genuinely, from the both of us, from myself, from Joseph, thank you. Thank you so much to everybody. You know, it's not... We're at the start of a incredible milestone here. 1,000 is not something that easily achieved, at least not from like a viral sensation trend or anything like that. Like, it is tough to get going in the world of especially like podcasting and YouTube and Magic in general, right? There's thousands of Magic content creators out there, and we want to genuinely thank every single one of you from the bottom of our hearts that like this is something that we don't take lightly. You know, we know you could be carousing at anybody else for content, so we appreciate and thank every single person who has watched and subscribed to our content. And so for your entertainment this evening, as I just kind of hang out with you, we're just gonna chat about whatever the heck I feel like. We're gonna build this puzzle, or at least we're gonna get a head start on it. I don't know if we're gonna finish it, but we're gonna certainly try. So found this thanks to a friend from the Discord who told us that these were out and available. I found this Magic the Gathering themed 500 piece puzzle at Ollie's, pretty darn cheap. I grabbed this artifacts one. There was also legendary creatures and planeswalkers. And we're gonna give this a go. Ooh, what's this? Oh, you get a poster. Well, that's nice. Look at that. So if I don't end up framing the puzzle, which I will, cool. You get a, hey, do you see that? Look at that. You get a poster. It's very cool. Well, we're gonna keep that off to the side, and we might use that as a layout guide if that ends up being the case. But yeah, so here's the puzzle we're going to be building. It's all themed around artifacts. The keen-eyed would actually super notice that if we take a quick look right here, all of the artifacts that are on the puzzle there, all of them come from the Commander Legends set. And very weirdly as well, it's also alphabetized. So I don't understand why it's like that, but you know, somebody made a Scryfall search of artifacts from Commander Legends. Ooh, does it fit? All right, cool. All right, that's everything in the bag. Goodbye, bag. Right. So what's going to be very interesting about this puzzle is I'm actually even seeing that right here, that like we're going to have puzzle pieces that have text on them from certain cards. Let me see. Let's turn the... Boop. Let's get that back on. Here we go. Let's see if I can get this to work now. You want to focus on that camera? No? All right, hold on. There we go. So we're going to have puzzle pieces that have text on them. And so the real trick of this puzzle is going to be we're going to try to just line up texts of cards, and then we're going to that'll be that. So I think what we want to do first, we want to get all the edge pieces out. So this is actually going to mean let's put this on the table. There we go. So the box will be for everything in the center. Hello, camera. Camera, what are you doing? It's being stubborn, I can tell you that. Why are you like this, camera? I was having these issues before. There we go. All right, I'm just gonna leave this open this time. There we go. All right, so we're gonna find our edge pieces, and then we're gonna put everything that isn't an edge back into the box. And this should not take too terribly long, because like the edges are as you like that you would just as you would say they are. They have the flat edges on the side of the puzzle. Now it does look like, oh, actually we should be using the lid. Yeah, there we go. So we have the image of the puzzle over here to the side. But I am seeing artwork on cards, and so what we're just going to be looking for while we're building this is we're going to like line up pieces of each card together. We'll build it as is. And then, like I said, while we're building this here, I'm just gonna hang out with y'all, and if anybody wants to literally ask me anything, I am pretty much an open book. You can ask me anything, and I will probably have a good answer for you. Or not, I don't know. And I don't think we're gonna be finishing this tonight, but we're going to certainly try as much as we can. This might become like this might be a multi-stream thing, right? We're gonna take a couple days, we're gonna build this puzzle together. Once we have these all sorted by centerpiece or edges, then we can begin assembly. I'm seeing a lot of pieces like this, that they've got the corners of cards. So those are going to be fun to figure out where they go into the mess. But I just found this very, very interesting that... Oh, actually, do these go together? Haha! Look at that. I found two pieces just loose in the box that were already connected and ready to go. Seer's Lantern, I believe that card is called. This is gonna be the quiz on John of how many cards does he actually know. You know, testing the Oracle. Does the Oracle actually hold up? I might actually let's. Yeah, dear. What's up? You want to?
Well, because I have to make room.
Because the thing will be whatever she doesn't end up taking back is going to stay in the break room for other people to go through. Okay, so cool. If you're just looking to offload, yeah. So the real trick of this puzzle is going to be when we get to the center where the Platinum Angel is. That's probably going to be the most complicated part of the build. which that in and of itself is also a real confusing thing about this puzzle. So like on top of the fact that it's all Commander Legends and all of the artifacts in the background are alphabetized, but like Platinum Angel wasn't in that set. So like what the heck? This product just leads to more questions than it does answers. Like, who is this for? Where was this sold? Why was it Commander Legends? Why are all the artifacts in the background alphabetized? Why is there Platinum Angel on it? Snoop is here, 1K, yes sir, congrats on that. Thank you so much, buddy. I know you were one of our long-term people, you know, you've been with us for quite a while, and yeah, we are so grateful to be hitting a milestone like this. Yeah, we're building the artifact puzzle today. We're getting started on that. Right now we are sorting it by inside pieces and outside pieces, and we're gonna get started on the frame here very shortly, which may actually end up being tougher than I'm realizing, because all of this sort of like gradient from black to sort of like beige or beigeish tan, that seems to be most of the outside pieces, so that's gonna be tough. Oh, I found a corner with a Planeswalker logo. Where is that on here? It's not on here at all. On the poster. Yeah, that's a good call. Thank you, dear. Let's see. Yes. So this will be the bottom right of the... Excellent. So that'll be the bottom corner of the puzzle. That'll be our starting point, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I don't know if you were lurking around earlier, Snoop, if you had popped in, but essentially my goal with today to kind of start on this stream, obviously A, we're starting this puzzle, B, this is kind of a ask me anything. So if you've ever wanted to ask me a question, or just, you know, just want to hang out, chat, you just want to listen to lo-fi in the background, just got here, yeah, you know, whatever is on your mind, fire away. I'm an open book today. The vibe here is just gonna be we're just chilling, no stress, good times, celebration times, you know. Take a swig. Look what I got this evening. I got myself a, let me make sure that lid is on, a fire brewed craft cream soda. That's what I'm drinking tonight. It is real good. It's a nice rich vanilla taste. Outstanding. Let's put that there. What first got me into Magic? That's always a good baseline question to go with. I have shared on some of our podcasts before, my very first Magic set proper was the original Theros block. It sounds fancy. It is fancy. Yeah, it's real good. It's like I said, it's a nice, smooth, sweet vanilla taste. I'm a big fan of cream soda. But back to the Magic thing. My first set with Theros, the original one, the world of Theros is it's inspired by Greek and Roman myth. And I guess really one of the reasons that drew me into that set in the first place was obviously the fact that it was what was available for sale at the time. You know, I guess Return to Ravnica was also floating around at the time, but to me, somebody who didn't know the game, I didn't actually really know what a card shop even was. So with no real access to older sets, I basically bought what was available as far as like big box retailer, you know, things at like Kmart and Walmart and things like that, Target. So Theros was available at the time, and specifically the Theros holiday gift box, which is things they don't do anymore, which is a real shame because it was a really, really cool product. It was essentially a larger, basically square like not like a bundle box. It was a square storage box. So you know those like bigger square like white storage boxes that you store bulk in. You got a small like one of those, and it was themed around Theros. It came with booster packs. It came with card dividers. It came with like labeling stickers. You got a promo. It had the box obviously as well. And it just that was my first Magic purchase after actually learning how to play the game. I've shared this before actually as well. Joseph actually started before I did. He started learning the game from some of his friends before I picked it up. And once he basically quit playing Pokemon with me, he was like, "Hey, here's this other game that I'm learning right now." And him and I, for a little while, we played back and forth against each other with just 60 card constructed decks, basically dual decks. We used dual decks against each other. And then we got introduced to Commander. Well, he got introduced to Draft, and I got introduced into Commander. And the rest of it from there was kind of history, really. But one of the main reasons I even got pulled into Theros in the first place is that one of my favorite classes that I took in high school was a class on Greek and Roman mythology, right? It was a whole study course on Greek and Roman myth. So fresh off of high school graduation, doing a course like that, and then I get shared, or somebody shares with me that there is a card game set out that is inspired by that. So it's just that idea of like going into booster packs and being like, oh, it's the Hecatoncheires, and it's the other Greek myth people, the Greek gods, and centaurs, and Odysseus and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. Greek mythology is one of my favorite like sub-genres of, I guess, not necessarily calling it fantasy, but just more like fiction tale and stuff like that, right? When things like media and games and stuff like that, when they pull from the Greek and Roman mythology, that stuff's always very, very cool to me, The Ubisoft game, Immortals Phoenix Rising, is actually one of my favorite games for exactly that reason. It's essentially Greek myth, Breath of the Wild, for lack of a better term. It's very, very fun. So it was essentially Greek mythology that got me into Magic as a whole. So I guess I got lucky as a fact that the Greek set was what was currently being published at the time. Because I would guess probably otherwise it may have been quite tough to sell me on being interested in the game. As I have gone on record before, Ravnica is not a favorite world of mine. So if I had only purchased Ravnica cards, or if I had only seen that Return to Ravnica was the only set that was on shelves at the time, I probably still would have gotten in the game. I just maybe would have had a different view on Ravnica nowadays, but I do not. So Theros it is. So I hope that sufficiently answered your question as far as like what got me into Magic in the first place. The Greek gods, essentially. That's why still to this day I hold a very special place for Theros. There we go. Your brother wanted you to start playing, and I couldn't find any cards I really liked till he saw all the retro zombie cards. Yeah, I mean, what's more iconic fantasy than, the Necromancer play, right? The Lich Lords and the Rising from the Graves and stuff like that. That's such a iconic part of fantasy play, and obviously with Magic kind of being a spin-off from Dungeons and Dragons, you know, there's tons of lore and mechanics and mythology surrounding around the idea of you know, necromantic magic and undead warriors and things like that. I guess I am kind of curious, Snoop. You say you have this big draw to all of the zombie plays. Does that make a world like Innistrad one of your favorites? I'm kind of curious. Hello there, Jalal. Thank you so much for the congratulations. It means the world to us. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to be able to entertain you. We're kind of just doing a chill building stream, an AMA, I suppose. So feel free to ask me anything, and I will give you a anything response. Innistrad has got to be one of your favorites, to be honest. It's a toss between that and Bloomburrow. I actually don't remember. Were there zombies on Bloomburrow? Like any of the squirrels? Of course, yeah. Thanks, buddy. That's so cool. Yeah, I don't remember if there were zombies on Bloomburrow. I don't think there was. There was skeletons, I think. Maybe horrors. Right? I'm trying to think what that one snake was in that set. There was like the blight mouth something. Maybe it was an elemental. It was like an elemental horror or something stupid like that. What are my top 3 favorite Magic formats? Well, obviously, based on what our channel is all about, what we like to share here, I'm very, very huge into Commander. It's pretty much the only paper format I play anymore. I live in a town where my card shop, actually now that it's back open and running again, but even before it shut down beforehand, not a lot of other Constructed was happening in my area other than Commander, so kind of got forced into the Commander role, but totally fine. You know, Commander is amazing. It's a very cool format. Outside of that, my next favorite is definitely Sealed, but in specifically narrowed towards pre-release. I enjoy the thrill of a bunch of people coming together for a brand new booster set, pulling cards from a box and making a constructed deck from the tools you're given. It is the most, I guess, what you would call fair when it comes to making playing in an event like that, because you have everybody on the same like luck chance as far as like what you open from the boxes. Because like when you draft, there is a little bit more of like decisive skill involved when it comes to picking the cards as they are passed to you and when you open them. But in pre-release, you don't really have to think about that too terribly much. You just, here's your packs, here's your promo, build what you can. There's still skill involved, don't get me wrong. Like there is still a level of knowledge and deck building requirement that when it comes to playing in a pre-release, but I feel it is less like you don't get like, what am I getting at here? You don't get like pushed out of the door by sweaty tryhards who have been doing draft their entire life. You know what I mean? That sounds a little harsh, but you can go into a pre-release at basically the same skill level as other people who are participating and have just as equal a chance to have fun and win prizes. So pre-release is number 2 for me. And then probably third from that, something I don't do as often anymore, but is a drafting, but for Cube in specifically. I very much enjoy playing off of people's cubes. I have not done a cube draft in an incredibly long time, and cubes of my own have kind of fallen apart because other friends of mine don't necessarily like to draft. But someday again in the future, I will reconstruct a cube, and I will bring it along, and we will make content out of it, and it's going to be tons of fun. So I hope that was a sufficient answer. Commander, pre-release, and Cube. That is what I enjoy. Shout out, I guess, honorable mention to Brawl on Arena. I dip in and out of Arena semi-frequently. My brother and my co-host, Joseph, he's the more prominent Arena player. Of the two of us, he's definitely more the Spike. He loves doing that tournament grinding and things like that, so you'll catch him on our channel doing more Arena content than me, but I do enjoy a good Brawl match every once in a while. All right, we are near the tail end of this pile, finally. We're going to be finding all of our edge pieces, and then we will get started constructing the edge of this puzzle. Curious, I guess you... where is my brother tonight? I believe he's just out of town, you know. Him and I don't live in the same state, so it's a bit harder for him and I to stay like on the same connection as far as like what each of us are doing each day. So he was unavailable to stream tonight to celebrate, so I picked up the slack. But I can tell you for certain he will be doing plenty more live streams from home in the next coming weeks. His job takes him away from home for extended periods of time, and he just got finished with essentially his early summer touring. So he will be back home for several weeks at a go, and he will be helping produce lots of new content for the channel that you all will be able to enjoy. I believe he actually just texted me this morning that he's got his plans in motion for his next, his own independent deck tech video for one of his decks he's going to share you all with. Is one he's very, very excited about. He made this really cool organization system for that deck, and it's going to be a really, really cool showcase. Are Joseph's curls all natural? Yes, sir. That is his natural hair. He has always had the better hair between the two of us. I am a very, like, you've seen me, I'm a very traditional flat cut. I had curls growing up, but his hair just stayed that wild and rambunctious. You know? Okay, so I think we have finished the pile. I am going to grab a quick duster to... You can't see it. There is, like, cardboard fuzz all on my desk right here. So I'm going to grab a quick duster to clean that up, and I'll be right back.
Okay, so
Stuff you want.
basically,
They're gonna laugh at me for bringing back more nail polish.
why is it a pro? Why?
I don't know. Just I brought home half a box and then bring back a full box.
To be fair, I had to make room for the new stuff,
I know.
and I reorganized it again.
Mm-hmm.
So I still have, probably close to like 100 if I had to guess. If not that, like maybe 80 to 100.
This is not muted, by the way. No, it's okay. No worry. We're chill this evening. We're chill. We're relaxed. All right. Pick up all that cardboard.
Pizza's done, I just haven't cut it.
Okay, I'll have some later. All right. Deal with that later. Hey, all that matters is that I still have my hairline? Yes, sir. I'm very grateful to have a full head of hair. Would I stream myself playing Sealed at a pre-release event? Probably, definitely on Arena, and I have done that on our channel before. If you, we have you can search a playlist that we have on our channel is for our previous collection of stream VODs that we have done here on YouTube. I have several videos on there. They're kind of all labeled as like John tries bleh for the first time, and it is me popping into Arena doing the Sealed event that is available when new product comes out. So like in a few weeks when the Final Fantasy goes live, I will probably give it a go, just try it on there. As far as like myself down at a shop, probably not, at least not like at the current like growth that we are right now. Like, don't mishear me. 1,000 is a very huge, big milestone for us, but we're not at the level of like, oh, I can bring a camera down to my shop and be like, hey, I'm filming myself for content because I've got so X amount of people who would watch it. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not discrediting the idea, but not where we currently are right now as far as like live in paper and stuff like that. But arena, absolutely. Once we do that a bunch. Okay, so let's start with this. So this should be all the edge pieces, and I guess what we're gonna start with here is we've got magic. Connect the little logo right there. There's some copyright information. Now, where is that? Is that on the left side? That's on the left side. Okay. So copyright is over here, and magic logo is over here. One day, hopefully. Yeah, totally. You know, I mean, it's not that I'm never going. Like, we definitely, Joseph and I, we want to someday again in the future. We want to do another proper Commander pre-record video, like what they did for the Doctor Who pre-cons. We haven't done a video like that basically since last year, so like someday we're absolutely going to do a show like that, but not right now. Good things happen to good people. Yes, sir, you got it. Now, let me see if I can't bring this in a little bit and clean up this focus a little. Let's do like that. Okay. Alright, and I'm not going to be messing with the stupid controls this time to have my camera go completely blanked. Alright, so here is our bottom right corner. Where is the other corner pieces? That's what we're going to start with. We'll build out from there. We have, some of these have card images on them, but most of them are this black gradient, so it's going to be a little bit of trial and error, I feel like. Oh, I see a corner. Hold on. Ah, this is the left corner. Bam. What is this copyrighted? 2023. Huh. So this is a few years old now, this puzzle, anyway. Which would make sense. That would line up with the Commander Legends aesthetic that this is going for. Let's see. Corner, corner, corner. Where are you hiding? Tell me your secrets. Oh, I see one. All right, here's one. This is... it's one of the two of them. We're going to try up there for now. It's got to be in here somewhere. I hope. This is the thing that always makes me nervous when it comes to puzzles. It's like you never know if you've actually grabbed all your correct pieces or not. Oh, we're here in front of me. All right, excellent. All right, another corner. Bam, done. All right, now the next easiest one is going to be connecting cards that I see. Okay, so that's a... Oh, here's a one right here. It says Jeweled Lotus. So we're going to look for the pieces that look like Jeweled Lotus, which is this guy. Bam. And then we can also figure based on their location on the picture here, and because they're all alphabetized as well, you know, which is real stupid. I don't know why they are this way, but they are for some reason. Artifact, creature, that's probably that. We can actually, let's get all these texts facing upright, and this will give us a better indicator of which direction. And Ancestral Blade. That's those 2 cards. It goes over there. This one will be this side. Oh, here's Ancestral Blade. Bam. Bam. Ancestral Blade is up here in the corner. And I got that corner piece right. Excellent. So that one goes there. Which makes this corner that one. Similar problem with Lego. Whenever you can't find a piece that just like it was missing from the bag. Yeah, that's why I try to be careful when I'm building Lego. Thankfully, the Lego that I build is not those like crazy big pieces, you know. I pretty much, the only Lego I build is just those botanical collection cards. Or not cards, those botanical collection sets. Okay, that goes there. That is the Shimmer Mirror that's in the bottom corner. Oh, and I see Shimmer Mirror here. I know I'm kind of going off camera a little bit. Whoopsies. Because I don't know how tall this is going to be, actually. Pennon Blade, that goes above Shimmer Mirror, below Jeweled Lotus. Doom Donut is on the top? Wait, where is this? Oh, it's on the right. Okay, it's over here. Got it. All right, what else we got? Filigree Familiar, that goes here. We're missing one little piece over here for Filigree Familiar, which it's not that. That's Dreamstone Hedron. Jalum Tome. There's Shimmer Mirror. So we'll connect him down here. You need to get caught up on our back catalog of YouTube videos, but since I'm not, are you and your brother major prominent of tutors in Commander? Or maybe would it be better to ask if you were before the brackets? I mean, I like tutor cards, right? Like would I advocate for a deck just being absolutely filled with them? Probably not, because then you're kind of really not like fulfilling the spirit of what a Commander deck is all about. Like, that's definitely for like the competitive side as far as building a deck is concerned, where like you're trying to do one consistent thing all the time. But even that sort of kind of feels like it's kind of breaking the spirit of like what this 100 card singleton is all about. But to that end, I feel like having 0 tutors is probably incorrect, because for that same reason, you're at the 100 card singleton limit. You need to have access to an answer on board whenever. So that's the usefulness of a tutor, I feel like. So it's one of those your mileage will vary kind of situations, I feel like. It also definitely depends on what you're actually playing. But myself personally, I like tutor cards. I like them a lot. They help flush out your gameplay strategy. They allow you to have like silver bullet picks in your build that help you, like, they help you have answers to all kinds of situations. Do you go up there? Yep. Excellent. Missing one more piece there. Snoop, you have those botanicals for your mom as well? Yeah, I really enjoy the botanical collections a lot. They're some of my favorite Lego. Okay, I think no. That goes there. That goes there. This one goes here, I think. Yep. So just missing one more for Pennon Blade, which goes there. Okay. So how tall are we? That's even taller than I was hoping it was gonna be. Yikes! All right, we're gonna adjust the camera real fast because we need to go taller. Oh, hang on, everybody. Okay. We looking good? Looks good to me. Go this way a little bit. Those back on. Okay. So here's the length of our puzzle. We've got the full stretch of our camera. So that's gonna be fun. A bit of balance with the tutors. Yep, that's exactly the way to look at it. Zombie Deck technically has 5 tutors and it does its thing with or without them most of the time. Yeah, I'm kind of in the realm of like, let me preface on this. This is like not necessarily counting land tutors. Like if you're doing like, with caveat to that, right? Like something like Cultivate, no one's gonna have a problem with that. Rampant Growth, no one cares, right? That's what Green Ramp is all about. But I guess if you're at your land tutors, things like Crop Rotation, those are the ones, one of those ones that was newly added to the Game Changers list. Like the ones that can go and get specific non-basic lands that could set up some degenerate stuff. The other, there's push and pull there. Is this 1,000 pieces? No, it is actually 500. 500 pieces. Here's what we're building. This is a artifacts-themed magic puzzle. And I went on this earlier at the beginning of the stream. It's very, very weird here. Firstly, just this puzzle in and of itself is very, very strange. Secondly, all of these artifacts here, they all are their prints and their additions from the cards that came out of the Commander Legends set. All of the cards on the backdrop here, they're also alphabetized. So it goes Ancestral Blade, Armory of Iroas, what is that there? Blade Wing, Blade Griff Prototype, Brass Herald, you know, so like it's going in alphabetical order, going across. And then the stupid Platinum Angel right there, dead center, who Platinum Angel wasn't even in Commander Legends. So this puzzle is just weird. There's just, it feels like a knockoff, if that makes any sense. Like, this doesn't feel like a real product, but it says it's licensed by Wizards, so I'll give them benefit of a doubt. Entomb, Buried Alive, Sidisi Undead Vizier, Grim Servant, and Diabolic Intent are my tutors. Most of them aren't really the traditional ones you think of. Yeah, a lot of those feel like they're the one, like they're just all the graveyard ones in specific. Those are very, very cool. I just put that really nice Diabolic Intent that we opened from the Lord of the Rings collector booster. I just put that in Princess and the Frog. So I'm real excited to give that a go at some point. All right, so let's look at this right side here. We've for sure right here, we've got Jalum Tome, and that's kind of towards the top. Oh, I need my corner piece. There we go. Dreamstone Hedron is at the top. It's not that, no. What have we got this piece here? This looks like the bottom. Okay. Draw a card. That's Jalum Tome. Gosh, I am having trouble picking up the cards for some reason. Excellent. All right, what's under Jalum? The Nev Disc. The Doom Donut. We love Doom Donut. Seems pretty on theme for Snoop. Yep, that is on theme for Snoop. Your favorite combo is Buried Alive and getting Rot Hulk as part of the 3 cards, then reanimating him some way, somehow. Give me a refresher on Rot Hulk. Is that the thing that when it comes into play recurs all your zombies, or a zombie? Or I'm drawing a little bit of a blank on what Rot Hulk is. If you would be so inclined as to give the Oracle a hand, please. This lantern is towards the bottom. And this... Nope, not quite that. Ah, that one. Then here... Nope, not quite that. Probably this one. Yes, then this. What card is that? This is freaking Workshop Assistant? Yep, Workshop Assistant. Then probably this guy. Yup. This one, which above the workshop is the Seer's Lantern, so that's this. I need a mana cost, that's that one. And then this is probably Nev Disc. Creature enters, return up to X target zombie cards from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the number of opponents you have. Yes, all right, so I was along the right track, where it is a zombie reanimator piece. But couldn't quite remember. I do remember that card was one of those ones that was originally in like a game night, like box kit. Uh-oh. Well, that's a problem. We have hit the corner, but definitely missing a piece. So I guess we'll be finding that later. It was expensive until it got reprinted in Aether Drift in the Commander Precon, I believe. And it was also in Mystery Booster 2 in the Future Sight frame, if I recall. Stay tuned for more Mystery Booster. We might have something cool coming up with that. Okay. So this bottom one is just going to be trial and error. Let's see if I can't bring this up a little bit. Bring this piece up here. We'll build right here. Nope. Nope. Not the right size. Nope. Oh, that one's so close, but no. That looks brighter. Maybe that's on top? Oh, there's like 2 different shades of gray. It was 40 Canadian for the longest time, and now it's like $3. Yep. Reprints will do that. I love a good reprint that drops the cost, you know? Sucks for cards of value when they like dip really, really low, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes, right? Not every card can hold its value forever. I guess unless you're the Power 9, then those are just never gonna go down in cost ever. I'll never have an opportunity to see the Power 9. I've seen a Time Walk before. I actually have seen a Time Walk in paper before. There was a shop in a couple towns over from me. They were a very popular choice for like big name Magic sales before going into like the really, really bigger city that is a farther away from me. And at one point, I do recall they actually had a, I believe it was Heavy Play, but it was a Time Walk. It was a real one. I think it was beta. I think it was a beta Time Walk. It was really, really cool, and it was like thousands of dollars, and no thank you. I got sick just kind of looking at it, I'll be honest. Oop, what are you doing out there? Oh, that's a corner piece. Okay, we'll move that aside. At least there's not 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, I've seen those puzzles before. Those ones that are just, like, endless gradients. Like, to my credit, like, this is not a kind of project that I do all the time. I'm notoriously very, very bad with keeping up on puzzles. My wife and I have been not even attempting. We've been trying. Oh, does that?
I would be attempting, but it's at your mom's house still.
That's not right. No, that's not quite the right fit. We've had puzzles sitting around in our house, basically ever since we got married. We have some of these Disney Thomas Kincaid puzzles, and we do have one done. We have a Beauty and the Beast. It's framed above our bed, but the rest of them have been work in progresses for almost the last decade, to be perfectly honest.
Hey, bring Rapunzel home.
I will.
I want to at least try to do that one.
Thoughts on a new Bloomborough set with monkeys and apes so you can build a proper Kibo deck? I have doubts on that, buddy, I'm afraid, because I think they want to keep Bloomborough kind of more towards like the woodland critters.
That'd be cool though.
We do need Monkey World. Monkey. Is that a fit? No, that's not a fit either. Dang it. You know, you think you've got a piece fit and then it just doesn't. No. Okay. Give us a return to New Capenna, but it's just a bunch of monkeys for the Riveteers. That would be funny. Okay, that's definitely a fit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ooh, nice. Okay, I'm starting to kind of see this color coordination a little bit, where we're looking for the slightly darker gray as our connector pieces down here. Nope, that's not right. Nope. That was too small. Ooh, that's a good fit, though. Yes. Planet of the Apes, Universes Beyond. I've never seen Planet of the Apes. That sounds really cool, though. Apes, together strong. I know that. You'll come to learn that about me real quick. For anybody who knows anything about me, I know media basically through memes, not so much watching them. Which is a choice. I know. I'm aware. Oh, you're so close. Maybe? I'll leave that off to the side. I'm not sure on that one. It's close, but not quite. Your disappointment is immeasurable. You watch everything? Yeah, I imagine you do, buddy. I mean, it's not like I haven't seen movies and stuff like that, but I don't know. Not everything is my draw, you know? But those movies do seem all right. Actually, kind of more than anything, maybe someday in the future, I do kind of want to maybe start a little bit into, like, maybe some of the Godzilla stuff. Not, like, the crazy old Godzilla stuff, but maybe, like, the things that have been newer, I suppose. I just don't really know where's a starting point. You know? Snoop, maybe you can help me with that. If I wanted to watch modern day Godzilla stuff, where would I start? -1 was really good. That wasn't an anime, was it? Or am I misremembering? Was it like kind of live and also had CGI? Well, I mean, obviously CGI, like, you know, Godzilla's like not a real person, but thought I remembered that like being like an anime. Or at least the poster made it look like an anime. Live action with a young Godzilla in Japan right after the war. Cool. That sounds fun. Ooh, there we go. Perfect tiny little piece. Actually, let's separate. Yeah, here we go. So holes and innies and outies. We're gonna sort these by innies and outies. I should have been doing this from the get-go. Yeah, there we go. So now I can just properly bring these over and try them in the little hole. You. No. Maybe this one. Nope, too big. Ah, goodbye. Scoot that down a little bit. That doesn't look right. Oh man, puzzle. Sit tight, please. Nope. 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 Yeah, Godzilla stuff looks kind of cool. We are we're at the moment where we're on like a little bit of like a break from it right now. Not quite. I'm gonna leave that one aside. We started watching the Alien movies. We finished the original trilogy, kind of have been sort of like just like on a pause break on that for just a little bit. I think our next one up is Resurrection, Alien Resurrection. Those have been fun, I guess. Like 2 was really good. Alien 2 was very, very good. I liked that one a lot.
I've never seen Resurrection, but I've heard it's weird.
Can't be any weirder than 3, right? But the original Alien was bad. I did not enjoy the original Alien movie. But 2 was really good. 3 was fine. Three and 4 are Garbo. Covenant is okay. Romulus is great. Well, good to know I've got your instant Snoop review.
I have heard that one's really good.
Alien is one of your favorite franchises? Okay, so yeah, so you've got you know your Alien. This is like, it's not anything against the design of the monster, right? Like, I think the actual like look of the aliens themselves, like the actual monster of the alien, those look cool. That right? The xenomorph has just become such an iconic look to what an alien is supposed to be. Like, that's really, really dope. So, nothing against the look of a xenomorph, but yeah, just that first movie was... I get it. Aged. Yeah, originally defined a genre, having to keep in mind that it's from the 1979. Yes, I do understand that. It was from 1979. I understand. But, you know, just outside of the fact of, like, whatever... Is that right? That looks right. Yeah. I mean... Yes, practical effect. Yes, it was a guy in a suit. I can't.
That's so amazing.
I can't get out of my head like the ending of that. I guess spoilers for Alien from 1979, but like when he's ejected for the first time and like you can see it's just the guy in the. You know what I mean? Like it was humorous bad. All right, I'll give you that. Let's leave it at that level. It's like it clearly is a movie that has been aged from 1979, but like, you know, like just like watching the guy do his thing. It's probably funny nowadays for the wrong reasons, I guess is what I'm getting at. No, you're good. Nice. Now, what I am noticing going into my pieces here, unless any of these... Oh, maybe this one? Hold on. Oh, yes. Okay, excellent. Try fit that? No, not quite. Yeah, the ones that we have watched so far, they've been fine. I think especially 2, though. 2 was very, very cool. It was my favorite so far. What would be your thoughts then, Snoop, as far as like talking about, like, I guess you talk about one, you kind of have to hand in hand talk about the other ones. Are you as familiar with Predator or just Alien? Because that's kind of on our hit list as well, because we want to roll Alien into the Versus movies, and I think to do that we kind of have to watch the Predators as well. So like, are you as familiar with those? Oh, you had one of the licensing for Predators at one point. Sick. That's very cool. I do always forget that sometimes, that you've had those business exposures before. What kind of stuff did you work on, if you're allowed to share? This one? No, not quite. This one? Yeah. You did small action figures for Predator. Cool. Like 3.5 inch scale, something like a Kenner size. So I've seen those. Like I've seen like a bunch of those like Star Wars Kenners. Delicious. Real slanty. Probably this one? Nope, not quite. This one? Yeah. No, not quite there. Probably one of these 2. Yep. Oh, look at this. I'm getting these pieces nailed down perfectly. 2 inches, they were intended to fit the brick systems. Oh, right, yes, those ones. Yeah, gotcha. Cool. Do you still have any of those? I know you had mentioned about having on hand some of the ones that you sculpt or that you had work in. Do you still have any of those? Oh no! No. Stay put. Please. Thank you. Keep one of each sealed. I'm just imagining like you've got yourself like a warehouse like down the block that it just like is just like stockpiled up along the back wall, just blocks of all of these sealed toys that you've worked on, which is incredible, by the way. That's not like a condoning remark or anything like that. I just think that is just incredibly cool that is something that you have done in your life. Good lord, how wide is this puzzle? It just keeps going! Oh, how much you want to bet I've got something wrong here? Because there's no way it should be this wide. Maybe it is, though. But, like, where's all my pieces for up here? What do you mean? You wish, unfortunately, it's just a clutter in your room and wardrobe. I mean, again, that's still cool that you even have them. You know? I know I've seen before that, like, you know, certain projects and stuff like that get put with such, like, levels of... Oh, this is not right. Something's wrong here. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. Let's... Yeah, we did something wrong here. Let's try to line this up. Let's try from this way. See what we can do. Oh, this is not looking good. I don't know what I did wrong. It doesn't look wrong, but like I don't know what happened. I could be missing a piece. That's entirely possible. This just feels... This looks abnormally long. Oh, it was right there. Okay. Found it. Found it. Okay. So we'll put this off to the side because we know that's correct. There we go. Now we bring this back down. No. I think it's this guy. Yeah, that one. Nope, not quite there. We are on the right track again. We figured it out. Just gotta get the right gray piece. It's probably that, and then probably this. Yes! Alright, there we go. That looks better. Kind of looks like you built the bottom edge with a bottom top. Yes, we figured that out. Yep. I figured out what I did wrong. We are correct again. We've got this. Still have your Fallout Red Rocket I need to build, but I'm keeping it sealed until I have the space for it. Actually, out of curiosity, I don't know if it's anything you've ever looked up before. Have any of those products of yours that you have sealed, have any of them like increased in resale value? Because like I don't know how long it's been since you worked on these items, but have any of them appreciated in value since you have collected them? Oh, nice. First try. Let's go. That doesn't look right. No. No. Yes. Yeah, that's right. You have the Halo San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that's about 10 times its value. Sick. Nope, not quite that one yet. Looks like this guy, then this guy, and then this piece that we built. Yeah! Do you connect here? You do. Okay, so I messed up a piece somewhere. Oh, it's this one. This first one right here for Ancestral Blade. Nice. Okay, so we literally are missing one edge piece up here for Dreamstone Hedron, but otherwise we got our frame. For Predator, you can stick to Predator 1, 2, and Prey. Everything else isn't worth your time. Okay, not even for like the exploring, like just seeing all the other previous films. 'Cause, I mean, they're on Hulu. You can just kind of carouse it. I don't want to miss that precious Predator lore, you know? I need my lore. Oh man, I kind of want to dig for that corner, that piece. To be honest, we know it's gonna have black on it. Oh man. Would it be good luck if I just kind of went right to it? Well, actually, speaking of Dreamstone Hedron. There we go. One piece. Alien vs. Predator 1 and 2 don't have relevant lore. Yeah, because like those movies aren't really like canon, right? I don't know. I don't know what's considered canon in the high depth world of alien lore. Man, I was really hoping to just kind of dig right to that last edge piece I'm missing. I could tell. It looks like it's just one piece. Like, if I line this up down here... Yeah, it's got to be, like, one little piece right there. Predators and The Predator were just mid-2000s box office attempts. I mean, that's kind of how it goes with a lot of franchises, right? Ooh, ooh! Look at that! I found it! Yes, 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 yes! Come on, go in, go in. Yes! We did it! We made a frame! Look at that! So that's pretty good. That's pretty decently big. Does this have its... 24 inches by 18 inches. So we're looking 2 feet across and about 1.5 feet tall. That's not bad. I don't know what that is like framing wise, but yeah. All right, now just imagine all of that is there in the center and bam, we did it. No, but seriously, like, yeah, that's a very, very good start, you know? I'm very glad we were able to get this assembled together. So, basically what's going to end up happening next is we're going to start going through some of these centerpieces. Probably what would be the best way to go about doing that first is finishing off the cards that we can see that are on the outside of the border. So we'll finish this Ancestral Blade, Filigree Familiar, Jeweled Lotus, Pennon Blade, Shimmer Mirror, and then over here we'll get Dreamstone Hedron, Jalum Tome, Neverneel's Disc, Seer's Lantern, and Workshop Assistant. So we'll kind of build them as is, and then any pieces that run off from the edges of those will be our starting points for future cards, essentially. And we're kind of just going to work our way in towards the Platinum Angel, I guess. And then we'll do the Platinum Angel in the center, because ideally, if we finish all the rest of these other cards around the outside, we'll kind of get this little, like, we'll get this, like, circle right about here in the center that all of our remaining pieces should just be Platinum Angel bits, of which we can kind of like see behind them. There's other card images behind the frame of the Platinum Angel. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. But I think as a whole though, that's probably gonna do it for me for this evening. We got a good head start on this frame, and we will probably do a few more streams like this, continuing to finish this build, probably over the next couple days or so, I imagine. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll compile this all together into one big, like, celebration video and post it. And, you know, I haven't decided yet. But overall, thanks everybody for hanging out with me here. Snoop, always a pleasure chatting with you as always. What was that other friend here? Jalal. If you're still floating around, if you're still lurking, it was a pleasure to have you here as well. Anybody else watching back on the replay or checking this out later, again, from both of us here, me, John, and my brother Joseph, the co-hosts here on the MTG Thoughtcast, thank you so much, everybody who has helped us achieve this amazing milestone on here. Take care, boss man. Yep, you do the same, buddy. I'll be chatting with you later on Discord, I imagine. But, yep, we've got a Discord channel. Links to those are in some of our other videos and on our profile page. Be sure to check out everything we do here on the channel. We do podcast episodes, we do deck techs, we do streams, we do memes, all that fun jazz. So, again, sincerely thank you to everybody who has helped us achieve this big milestone, and we'll catch you all again next time. We'll continue on with this, and we'll see you all again in the future. So take care, ta-ta for now, adios, farewell, and good night.